How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf, and today I got my first contract I'm going to do on this new phase, and I'm going to do the one where I end up restoring the garage. It's called Service Centre, and yeah, the main reason I'm going for this one, there's a couple of different things it unlocks. One, you get the garage fully restored so it behaves like a normal garage. You can repair stuff, enter the truck store, customise trucks, repair them, and all that sort of stuff. And you also unlock a trailer store, which obviously, like for example, starting this mission, I can't take a trailer with me, and technically there probably is one or two dotted around on the map, but it's not really worth it. You can see it's a pretty simple mission. The actual location I've got to go to, a warehouse, is not that far away. There is this warehouse up here, but that bridge is out, and you can actually, of course, an ambulance is now to drive by, you can actually get the repairs for that bridge from that warehouse that's near it, so I'll kind of leave that one up there for now. Yeah, you've got this one down here, which, like I say, isn't very far away, and it's got the materials I need: 2 metal beams, 2 metal rolls, and 2 lots of bricks. If you click on the warehouse, because when you look at, when you click on the warehouse, it tells you the list of stuff it's got there, but at the bottom it just says "and more." But if you click X on it, then it'll actually open up a menu that you can scroll down and see what you've got and everything. And yeah, like I said as well, other than just fixing up the garage, yeah, I get a trailer store, which I'm dropping the stuff off here. I didn't know at this point. The trailer store is in this yard, but I was just at this point kind of assuming it would be. That's why I'm taking this Zikz with me. I just did it up as a little thing. I've got a loaf with me because he's goddamn professional. I'm taking him with me, and I'll drop him off at the warehouse just so he's there for later use as like spares and repairs in the future. Yeah, the reason I'm doing that is because in total I need 8 different lots of material, like 8 slots worth of material, and again, like I said, I can't pick a trailer at the minute, so I'm taking this Paystar, which has got a 3-slot flatbed thing, and you can still have a crane. I don't technically need the crane, but it was just, I customised, I had to go back again to phase 8 to go to the garage to customise various vehicles. That's another reason why I just want to get this garage done, so I can just do stuff up from this phase. Went a little wide on that corner. The steering on this Paystar is not very quick. Yeah, I did a Bruce up and this Paystar, and Bruce can have a 3-slot sideboard as well, but he can't have a crane with it. And just, you've seen the route I've drawn there. I'm going kind of into the town and round. Just as I was driving there does look like a road peeling off to the left, which ends up being, you can go that way, but I kind of figured you probably could, but I just thought, sod it, I'll go the way I've drawn now, just as an excuse to go for a little drive through town and kind of check out this route. Yeah, so I went for the Paystar in the end just because it had the extra crane as well, plus I'll end up using Bruce for a different mission. Thanks, I think it's a guy called Alex in the comments. The Derry, whatever it's called, the new one, the 8-wheeler one that looks a bit like a dolphin, that is on this map. It's kind of in a swamp near the middle of the map, so I'll get that one recovered pretty soon. To unlock that mission, it's called like Finding the Fire Monster, and to get that contract unlocked, you've got to do this contract, and then also I can't remember the name of it, but the 2 original contracts that are unlocked, the one where you unlock the gateway as well to the next map, and once you've done those 2, it'll unlock the mission to find that Derry. So again, I'll get that done pretty soon. And you can see going this way, I kind of turned off left just before I got to that bridge. You can go this way, but there's a telegraph pole kind of sat there in the lane, which I'm able to get past, but yeah, those rocks I was climbing over, it's not the most ideal way to go. But that's one thing I will say I do quite like about this phase is, again, it reminds me quite a lot in various ways of like the Michigan Black River map, where you've got the normal ways you can go. You've got like main roads going mainly on this map, kind of up the right hand side of the map, and then you've got like your mud lanes, and then you've got things like there where I just cut through that isn't really much of anything. It's probably more awkward than it needs to be, but again, there's multiple other options, so it's just nice if and when you feel like it as to how difficult you want to make it for yourself, or depending on which kind of trucks you've got. If you've got some more simple trucks, you can go the simple routes. If you've got like the big beastie trucks, you can attempt, yeah, just the kind of needlessly awkward routes really, which again, like I said, every now and then that sort of tickles your fancy if you're in the mood for a bit of a push in your luck. And yeah, just jumping the loaf out here, and then I'll drop him. I'll just leave him here because I'm assuming I'm going to need to come back to this warehouse at various points throughout this phase, so just on the off chance that I need some supplies. He's there, he's ready and waiting. So yeah, as I was saying as well with the Zikz, the reason I took that in the end is it's basically behaving like a trailer really. I was just towing along doing like a little road train. So metal beams and metal rolls, and I left this bit of footage and kind of slowed it down quickly. Just make sure you choose the metal rolls, the metal beams, sorry, not the small pipes, because they actually look very similar. They're both squared off. So yeah, I almost clicked the small pipes instead, so just sort of bear that in mind. Save yourself a bit of hassle. And yeah, like I said, because it is 8 slots of cargo I need, I can do one run with this, which is 5 lots of cargo done, and then I can just come back with the Paystar with another 3 slot side bed thing. And the route I'm going out of here is the one when I was originally on the way, and I kind of spotted that road peeling off to the left. I'm basically going to pop out that way, but there also looks like there's another possible route. It looks a little bit rough. I'll eyeball it with the camera now. And at this point, that's why I was setting off with the truck separately, because I was going to send this one to the left now and go out that way, and then kind of where I'm aiming the camera, I was going to drive the Zikz out that way, but there's a tree in the way. It was looking a little bit sketchy, especially for the Zikz as well, because it's a good little truck, but yeah, it's probably like a little bit on the tippy side. You can see as well, even before I had the cargo in the flatbed, just putting that sideboard bed on, sorry, it drops the rear suspension. It's kind of sat on its arse a little bit, so yeah, the suspension's not the strongest on this thing. And someone was saying as well, which I agree with, that new Zikz they've added in this game is another 4-wheel truck, a little bit like this, but it's just got like a long nose instead of a cab over kind of design, and it's a shame because you can only get like a 1-slot flatbed or sideboard or whatever it is on there, and then various different add-ons like a little fuel tanker and all that. But yeah, this Zikz obviously is like a similar size, but it actually lets you have the 2-slot sideboard on this, so it'd be quite cool if they added that on to this new Zikz we're getting. It'd just make it a little bit more useful. So yeah, that's why I paired these back up as a little road train. And then, like I said, this mission's actually very simple. I wanted to get a lot more done tonight. I've just, it's been, yeah, one of them days, one of them nights. My granddad's still in hospital as well. They've given him an x-ray, and apparently now he's got double pneumonia. So he's definitely not sounding too good. And I don't know about anyone else. I sort of, part of me, I kind of don't trust hospitals. My grandma, not his wife, my stepdad's mum, it was not her specifically, but she used to work as a nurse, like going back decades and decades ago, and she said like there are times in hospitals where people are ill, and the doctors would basically call it and say, you know, that person's not gonna be around much longer, but essentially they'd up the medication until that person passed away. So it's kind of makes you a little bit sort of like nervous, because I know my granddad's not in the best of shape, but I don't really want some doctor or nurse kind of making the decision on his behalf. So yeah, we all kind of want him to just get back out of there now, but again, he's not sounding too healthy. I dropped these off at this first square, that second yellow square that my Paystar's parked on. Just ignore that. It's from a mission that when I was exploring the map I kind of activated a mission where I've got to go and collect a Hummer H2 from somewhere on the map, bring it back to there, repair it, and then go and deliver it to some guy's house. So oh yeah, this little bit, I just because the garage isn't working as a repair thing at the minute, I just wanted to smash that truck and then recover it into the garage. It's probably just like some silly random nonsensical reason, but from back on, it must have been the main map, like the lowlands or whatever it was, it was the same thing where we had to repair the garage first. So it's one of the only garages where when you recover a truck it keeps the damage on it and it's all like smashed up. And just every now and then when I scroll through my list of trucks, I can see kind of like when I was on main, because I've got a few vehicles that are still smashed up, which yeah, now I've fixed the garage on main, there's no other way to make that happen. So I just wanted that as a little reminder. I'll just leave that truck now in the list. And yeah, I just missed it quickly while I was yapping away, but I mentioned it yesterday. One thing I like about the garage we've got is you can drive right around the garage, which I've just done then, instead of having to turn the Paystar around, because like I say, the steering's a little bit on the slow side. Yeah, it's just little things like that that's quite nice, and there's obviously like 2 entrances to go in and out of. Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, there's like a double entrance kind of near the trailer store where I turned in first, but then yeah, if you go back round the building, there's kind of another one I can escape out the yard on as well. So this is kind of the way in that I just went out with both vehicles. And yeah, like I say, with the 3-slot sideboard and towing the Zikz behind me, 8 slots of cargo in total. I grabbed 5 the first time, so now I can get 3. So I can just do it in 2 runs. If you just took a 2-slot truck, you'd have to do 4 runs. If you took a 2-slot truck with a crane, you could really stack the metal beams, kind of, you know, put one in the sideboard and then stack the other one on top. So you could do it in 3 runs. Or if you set up like a little road train scenario like I just did with the Zikz, if you did it with 2 normal trucks, like with 2-slot sideboards, you could do it in 2 runs, but obviously you have to do a road train both times. Just by taking this Paystar and doing like 5 the first time and 3 this time, it just means the second run I can actually just take 1 truck on its own and kind of, yeah, goes a little bit quicker. In the end I couldn't resist, I wanted to go and try this way. That first tree that's in the way, I already could tell just from the looks of it, that's like a dead tree that will just fall down. But yeah, that tree there on my right now is definitely in the way. But again, this is one of the things I've sort of, so far, first impressions kind of thing, or second impressions I suppose by now, I'm liking about this map. Like, this route is a prime example where it doesn't really make much sense to go this way. It's a bit overly awkward for no apparent reason, but there's other options and a normal little road out of this warehouse. But it's nice for the challenge. Like, there is a little sort of ramp section you can climb your way up here. Again, it's, yeah, some of the weaker trucks won't like getting up here. This thing was not the biggest fan of it. I went down into low range with the diffs on, and obviously one nice thing about this Paystar, because it's quite a big long truck, it's got 10 wheels, so there's quite a lot of points of grip. And yeah, I also fired a winch out, but yeah, again, it's just nice for the challenge when it's there, but at the same time, you're not always forced to do it. Say if you think of a map like Imandra, it was only really snowy, but there was never any other choice. It was always the slow, super snow way you had to go. Yeah, whereas like they mix it and match it on it, even though it's not a snowy map, but it's kind of mixed and matched with everywhere from roads to dirt roads to kind of needlessly difficult rock ledges and all sorts that you got to climb up. And yeah, it's quite fun. So drop them off. You don't get an animation, but it just kind of builds that building behind you, which is now the new trailer store. You can see just behind the gateway on the right hand side of the screen there's trailers in there, but they're not the ones you actually get. I don't know, I'll have to try at some point to see if I can rob those trailers. You can see from the rewards list I get a few things. I get the trailer store, and yeah, in the garage I can now customise, repair and refuel, and enter the truck store and all that sort of stuff. And money for the mission is about 12,000 or something, which is pretty decent. I don't know if they're just paying that as like a bigger amount because it's built the trailer store and all the rest of it, but that's more like the money missions should be paying. You're still going to have to complete like 10 of those missions to buy a truck, really. And as you can see now as well, when I recover to the garage, yeah, the truck store's available, so I don't have to keep travelling back to phase 8 to go and buy stuff. And yeah, the customization option, and the fact that just when you recover a truck it'll now repair it. So like I say, that Zikz that I just recovered that was damaged, I wouldn't be able to do that anymore. One thing I will mention quickly, I went through the truck store. It is a bit odd because like it's counting the truck store as North America, so you can't buy Russian vehicles from this phase, which is odd because one of the vehicles we unlock on this map is a Zikz, which is a Russian vehicle, so you're still going to have to travel back to phase 8 to buy them, but at least I'll just travel back once. I'll buy like bloody 20 of them and just have done with it. Yeah, the trailer store squares here, which in the end actually kind of makes sense, because instead of putting it in the corner to where it's awkward to load big trailers, now even if you've got a big long 8 slot, it's going to fit whilst you're selecting it. So yeah, that's it. That's that mission done. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my Patreon members. Get yourself a loaf because he's a beast, and I'll be back soon.